Hi everyone, and welcome back to another session. We're doing indoors again at the moment because of still freezing conditions out on the golf course. But there's still things we can do to practice your golf game without actually getting out there in the freezing cold, and especially putting. Now, first time around we discussed a little bit about what was happening in the putting stroke itself in order to create some stability. If you recall, we used the alignment stick through the front belt loops to prevent any excessive amount of knee and hip movement during the stroke. We're just going to go back to your setup position at the moment, and there's one very important alignment factor that people tend to overlook. In order to get a consistent stroke, I need to be in a position where, in order to again reduce the unnecessary movement in the stroke, I want the upper part of the body, arms, chest and shoulders, along with the club itself, working as one compact unit. And the way I really am going to achieve that, one of the elements in the setup position, is to check where my arm alignment is, the forearm alignment, in relation to the club shaft. So in other words, if we were to get it wrong, and one of the worst places you can be with a putting stroke is to carry your hands too low in the setup position, therefore creating an angle, and I can indicate it a little bit more clearly with the club shaft here, therefore creating an angle along the forearms where the extension of the forearm is not parallel with the club shaft. What I'm trying to achieve in a setup position is an alignment of the club shaft with my arm where the two are now going to be parallel, so the club shaft appears to be an extension of my forearm angle. That way I've got the maximum control over the club shaft and therefore the club face for more accurate strike onto the golf ball. The things that can go wrong when you're in this position most especially, and this is the worst place to be, is that this can encourage the forearms and the wrists and the hands to start operating excessively through the course of the stroke and start manipulating the blade of the putter. I don't want that manipulation of the blade as it twists and turns. I want complete stability of that putter face back and through the ball to maintain the putter face on line to the target for the maximum length of time. Having that alignment position correct with the forearm in line, I can now produce a much more pendulum type stroke, and the putter head is more likely to move up and down the line. The hands too low create a lot of hand roll and therefore club face roll through impact. The hands going into an excessively high position is better than being in a low position because it locks the wrists, but from that position we can actually get the club head deviating offline onto the outside of the target line. So for best alignment of club face and the best consistency of stroke, check it out in a mirror. That's the easiest way. So you've got a mirror placed behind you, get into your setup position, check that alignment of forearm down onto the club shaft. If they're not in line, alter your hand position up or down and get into that correct position. If the putter itself is then out of position off the ground, whether it's upright or too flat, we might have to have a look at the lie angle of your putter. It's something we can always check out in the pro shop, getting you into the correct alignment position, check it with the lie of the putter. If those elements all match, you're a long way down the line to creating a better putting stroke. Good luck.